Manchester United have got one hell of a prospect on a verge of first-team football, regular first-team football. He's got flair, he's got confidence, he's got pace, he has got ego, and I do love that. Signed from Atletico Madrid in October 2020, Alejandro Garnacho immediately impressed. Absolutely tore it up in the Youth Cup last year, getting 7 goals, 3 assists in just 6 games. His excitement and almost slight cockiness made everyone stand up and look at him. His shoe celebration in the Youth Cup final was iconic. United have had plenty of exciting young attackers come through in recent years that have shown promise and ultimately fell by the wayside for more than one reason. Garnacho is different. He seems to have the attitude that he already belongs there, which is not going to be good if it goes west for him, because I think he'll struggle. But if it goes right, that ego is a very powerful, confident thing to have in your locker. After getting his first ever United goal against Real Sociedad, Bruno talked how Garnacho's attitude wasn't great at the start of the season. And we need to keep him grounded because, well, he's been compared to Ronaldo. Let's hope he can keep the good aspects of Ronaldo. You don't want to see someone spiral out of control in the other way. Now, despite choosing to represent Argentina, Garnacho was actually born in Madrid. And he joined Atletico's youth system in 2015 from Getafe. Garnacho was known for the speed, the technique, the ball control, the ability to find space in the penalty box, that ruthless, direct edge that he has to him. And it wasn't long until clubs started calling, and they included Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, and Manchester United. And it was United who won the race. United paid £420,000 for Garnacho, and it didn't take long to see why. Obviously, we saw the FA Youth Cup run last season, but his persona is magnetic. He's a very charismatic sort of young man, even though he doesn't look like he talks an awful lot. There's something about him. I think that cocky, arrogant sort of thing that Cantona had, where it's silent but completely self-assured. He made a couple of appearances for the first team and won the Jimmy Murphy Player of the Year, and of course won the FA Youth Cup. Scored 2 goals in the final and entertained the massive crowd that turned up for the final. This season, Erik Ten Hag has trusted him and managed him really well. He's made 13 appearances, starts and off the bench. He's scored 2 and assisted 4, which is brilliant for an 18-year-old boy. Maybe not as minutes as Ten Hag originally planned, but the Ronaldo situation, Sancho scenario has meant that he's found himself in the team and relied on a little bit. He's featured out wide on the left. We've seen him on the right. And that confidence and swagger has actually even transferred over to the first team. When the ball is played into the box and he's running onto it, there is only one thought in his mind, and it's to blow the back of the net out. In our last game before Christmas, in stoppage time against Fulham, the scores are level. Garnacho has the confidence to run down the wing, play a 1-2 with Christian Eriksen, and then slot the ball home. That's maturity and confidence beyond his years. And that was a big moment. It proved that Garnacho had match-winning ability. It wasn't tricks, wasn't flair. It was effective football in the first team. And he's got the belief to do that anytime he gets on the ball. Against Everton in the Cup, he was annoyed with Bruno for not passing him the ball. The ball's on him to sort of that drilling his captain out. I like it. And I'm not saying all arrogance is good, but you certainly can't shy away when you play for Manchester United, and you need some of it to get to the very top. And I think you need it as a wide player and a forward. I think forwards have to have that sort of, I don't care, I'll score sort of mentality. With Sancho being out until we don't know when, I think there's plenty of football still for Garnacho this season. And I think he can still improve. I think he's going to get even more minutes. I think I can already start to see a bit of a change from the giddy sort of kid that's getting minutes to now a first-team footballer that's expected to produce goals and assists. But I think it's important that we're patient. He's still a young boy after all, and we've seen how playing a lot of games at a young age can lead to a reduction in development. We've seen how it can lead to injuries. I think he needs to manage Garnacho a little bit how Ollie did with Mason, where Ollie's introductions of Mason felt managed. They felt like there was a calendar in some office somewhere where it was like 30 minutes here, 60 minutes there, 25 minutes here, 15 minutes there. And it felt like it was all part of a longer development plan. It doesn't quite feel like that with Garnacho at the moment, but I'd like it to start feeling like that. That's how I would like to see it go. And there's a chance that Rashford, Sancho, Anthony all kick on, and it'd be impossible for him to get first team minutes, certainly starts, and he could end up on loan. But we shouldn't worry. Just because Ronaldo, Rashford, Greenwood didn't go on loan doesn't mean that Garnacho can't, especially with the way modern football is going. David Beckham famously went and played with David Moyes at Preston to get, I think he had 9 games under his belt. And sometimes that taste of what football's really like can do them good. And I think Garnacho would walk into a dressing room in the Championship and just be like, give me the ball, I'll put it in the fucking back of the net. If he doesn't carry on tearing up the trees the way he has done already, just be patient. He is young, and just like Ronaldo, he will frustrate at times, and he'll be petulant. You just got to let him do it. But he started with a bang, and I think he could easily continue that. I think sometimes people get worried with ego because they think it could end up spiraling out of control like a Ravel Morrison did. But it can also make players like Ronaldo, it can be the fuel to the fire to want to be the best. Sir Alex was the perfect man to guide Ronaldo to stardom, the same way he was with Beckham, the same way he was with Ryan Giggs, and hopefully Ten Hag can do the same for Garnacho. He's got a good reputation at bringing through young players. He had Ronaldo around him every day with a role model, and he's had Messi around him every day when he's been part of the Argentina squad. There's not many people that tick both of those boxes. Bruno talked about how his attitude at the start of the season wasn't great, and I think he only spoke about that because it improved to the point where it was great. He seems like he's got work rate about him, and apart from that, he has it all. The ability is there, he is exciting, and I think when that's blended with a manager that is a disciplinarian, fireworks can happen. And I think Ten Hag, what he's done with him so far, and the other issues that we've seen in the squad, I think there's a real chance Garnacho could force his way to be a starter by the end of the season. And if not this season, certainly next season. He has got the potential to be truly world-class. And there's not many people that have that, but he does. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.